It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And tonight it's a race of thoroughbreds, two clubs that can go end to end in a flash. What is it that makes these teams so good in transition?
THTA-TDI.
And what does that mean?
They have athletes to do it. Athletes to do it.
I knew what that meant.
That's it. Good ball handlers and good finishes, man. THT-HTDI.
Not only that, they spend a lot of time perfecting it. The moment they get the ball, TLTP, they look to push.
WSIDTKH
What's that?
FTC. We send it down to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Whoa.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The Spurs play before the hometown crowd here live in San Antonio, Texas. Along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And just a single game trip away from Cleveland for the Cavaliers. Well, they're certainly excited about this one. And they'll be laying it all on the line as the intensity is palpable. Two top caliber teams facing off on the hardwood to do battle.
And really no surprise here, guys, at all to find them among the elite teams in their conference. And moreover, I'd say this is a team with a legitimate chance to win it all.
Well, they certainly see themselves as championship contenders and have since the opening tip-off of the season.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Channing Frye's floor spacing puts opposing bigs in a bind. Frye says big guys like the paint. I make them allergic to it. Their big guys want to help, but he can't. He's got to come to Fryland. Just sit out there with me. So it's a pick your poison kind of thing. Kevin, if there's one place I know you'll love, it's Fryland.
That's right, T.A. You and I both, maybe after the broadcast, you and I can swing over there for a bite. Now about halfway through the season, Brent, some teams looking great, but we still have a long way to go. We're talking about an 82-game schedule that is meant to put teams and players really to a full test.
Yeah, it's really something. I oftentimes find myself, Kevin, looking back after 14 years of playing at a team's schedule for an upcoming season, and I scratch my head and I go, wow, I used to do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
It's very difficult. I agree. Look at Cleveland's starting group. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. Derrick Rose is out there with Thomas. And it's LeBron in at the 3 slot. And that one's good. Green.
Big mistake there. You want to play Green for the pull-up because he usually doesn't drive all the way to the rim.
On the wing, James. Back to Thomas. Rose kicks to Thompson. Cleveland moving it around. Shot clock at 6. A baseline J. That one doesn't drop. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And we talk about the things that make LeBron great, Brent. The mental aspect of his game probably goes overlooked sometimes.
When you think about the way that LeBron James can be a chess master out on the floor, wherever he wants the ball, he can set the pieces up where he knows he can take advantage of how the defense is going to play. And his teammates will tell you he can pretty much recall any play after a game that he's played. So him processing the game is on another level.
Now here's Parker. 8 points his last outing. Here's Gasol. And James pulls it down.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
Thomas, no luck. The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Leonard, the pass to Parker. Bosh, the screen. Parker kicks to Leonard. Hits it from three-point range. Leonard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And it's become obvious to defenses around the league now. You can no longer give Kawhi any space on the perimeter.
Here's James. Rebounded by the Spurs. Bosh has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Outside Leonard. Parker kicks to Green. Pulls up. Bosh, the screen. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And another display right there of Gasol and his touch. Just amazing at hitting some tough shots over pretty stiff defense.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Thompson sets the pick for Rose. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Now here's Leonard. 20 points for him last game against Indiana. Green kicks to Bosh, and Leonard has it in the corner. Over Thompson, and it's Leonard missing. The Cavaliers trail by 5. And Rose wide open. He shoots. Second shot opportunity, and Love throws it down.
Signs of relentless work right here from Kevin Love on the glass to grab that rebound.
The Spurs have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Inside, Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
Here is Rose. After the basket by San Antonio. From deep, James. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. LeBron's got 5 now.
You can only do so much against the great talents of LeBron James. When he's in a rhythm like that, he makes difficult shots look easy.
Now here's Gasol. Over Thompson. Gasol, no good. Leonard with the steal. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. LeBron outside. Out to the right wing. Left side Rose. Love outside. 5 on the clock. The tray. James, no good. San Antonio leading by 4. Parker dishes to Bosh. Green in the post. Working on Rose. Green, no luck. Cleveland's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Love with the screen on Leonard. Shoots off the screen. The kick out to Rose. From beyond the arc. And another miss by Cleveland.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
You know, every coach should show players game tape of how he just boxed out right there. Great job with the footwork and using his body to step to the rebound.
Thompson sets the pick for Love. Back to Thomas. In the corner, it's James. James with another miss.
Right now, he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different. How about the Spurs clinching their 20th straight playoff appearance last season? An amazing run, more than twice as long as the next active streak. And the longest streak in the league was the Sixers from 1950 to 1971. I think the Spurs are going to get past them.
Now here's Thomas. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go.
Got to respect the reach and length of Pau Gasol. Outstanding job of skying up for that rejection.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. The screen from Thompson to stop the drought. Outside for Thomas from past the arc. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
And Greg Popovich tied for the longest streak of consecutive playoff appearances by a head coach.
Well, how about 18 straight 50-win seasons for Pop? Just a remarkable run of tremendous success where you could look at maybe 5 or 6 other opportunities where the San Antonio Spurs could have won another NBA title. You realize young DeJounte Murray was still in diapers the last time that they won less.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Chris Bosh. Chris Mills in for Parker. Now here's LeBron. A 26-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
Loved his passing tonight as well. He was just cutting the defense to pieces out there.
Now Mills. After the missed 3 from Jay Crowder. Mills passes to Leonard. From 10 feet out. Good work defensively by Crowder.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Thomas kicks to Wade. In the corner, it's James. Shoots the 3. And again, LeBron missing.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
Green dishes to Mills. Aldridge with a screen on Thomas. Off the pick. And it's Aldridge missing.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
And Love has it in the corner. Back to Crowder. And he banks in the layup.
Unbelievable finish with the defense right on top of him. That takes a ton of focus.
Spurs leading by 4. Mills passes to Leonard. Gay a screen on Crowder. Leonard kicks to Mills. Aldridge a screen. Floats one up. Mills can't hit. The Cavaliers trail by 4. James with it. He has 5. Inside. Can't hit that one. 80 that time from Leonard. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. Mills dishes to Leonard. Outside, Green. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Cavaliers on offense. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And you know, when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles, it just makes the game easier.
Well, they not only had the right strategy, but they were very exact in their execution. And when the coaches call in the right plays, everything just looks seamless.
The Cavaliers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And LeBron James has openly stated very publicly, especially last year in the finals, he is chasing Michael Jordan. He wants to be the best ever.
And at this point, he might be top 2. Jordan with 6 titles. Hard to see LeBron surpassing that. But just to be in the conversation with the GOAT is an achievement in and of itself.
JR maybe leaking out just a little bit, but has a strong sense of where to run to get the score.
Aldridge is screen. Mills passes to Aldridge. From the stripe. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Aldridge has got his first basket.
Guys, he can get this shot anytime he wants.
You bet. With his height, not many defenders are going to challenge that mid-range jump shot.
Smith wide open. He fires. No good with the triple. Spurs leading by 4. Anderson outside. Aldridge is screen. Ginobili against Smith. Aldridge kicks to Mills. Stolen by Wade. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. From past the arc. And James gets it to go on the assist from Crowder. LeBron's got 8.
You know what? Struggling a little bit, but I do command the effort. 2 of 8 from the field. Let's see if that one gets him going.
Mills dishes to Aldridge. Over Fry. They get it back. Anderson. Great D that time from James.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Smith with it, picked up by Ginobili. Fry passes to Smith. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Here's Gay. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
Here's the screen. Wade outside. To the inside. Out to Smith. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Shumpert's checked in. Spurs leading by 3. Now here's Mills. He had 16 points in the win against Indiana. Gay a screen on Smith, and Mills kicks to Gay. He feeds it to Aldridge. And no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Spurs. They're up by 3. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing to improve.
I always try to improve and get better, and Pop always challenged me. He came to me and he said, you know, good players, they can have a great season, but the great players, they have many great seasons. So he said, what you want to be?
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows Pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk one. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
On the court for Cleveland, we've got Channing Frye, D-Wade out there with Iman Shumpert. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Smith in at the small forward position. Now Smith following Rudy Gay's three-point attempt. To the paint. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Channing Frye.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Anderson the screen. Poked away. Stolen by Wade. Anderson against Crowder. Stolen by Gay. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Aldridge kicks to Gay. Another miss by Gay. Gay's gotten just one of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Passes to Wade. Tries a three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Coach Greg Popovich last season passed Jerry Sloan for the most wins with a single team. Of course, Jerry Sloan with the Utah Jazz. You might not know this, but the Spurs modeled themselves very much after the Utah Jazz system behind Stockton, Malone, and Sloan staying there for the amount of time that he did. That role model of consistency and sustained success and accountability has certainly worked in this small market in San Antonio.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Spurs, Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years. No good, shot missing. Gay against Smith. Ginobili kicks to Anderson. Spurs passing it around. And Rudy Gay with the three. Gay's got 5 points so far. And the Spurs are now seen as that model franchise. Brent, so interesting to hear who they tried to emulate.
Easy to see a lot of comparisons between the precision and the toughness and the bond between not only the coach and the players, but the team and the community, the way that it happened in Utah for the Jazz. And Coach Pop talks a lot about those connections that Jerry Sloan had between John Stockton and Karl Malone. That's something he's always admired and brought to the San Antonio way.
Now Ginobili, after the missed three from Jay Crowder. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Ginobili outside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Oh, there's a surprise. Manu out hustling somebody. Don't forget about him inside.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. Brent, every team's looking for skilled bigs who can hit the three, defend the perimeter, pull out other bigs. At what point do we start seeing 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guards? I guess we're kind of getting a glimpse of that now.
Yes, with apologies to Magic Johnson and what he was able to do through his career with the Lakers. Those guys are all throughout the league already. I mean, we've already hit that mark, Kevin, where we're seeing some of these guys do extraordinary things in terms of their skill with the basketball in open space. Thank you, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram. I find it amazing, though, don't you?
I really do. And to say that the game is not better than it was, watching what these young players are capable of, and I'm just talking purely in terms of their skill. The game has come a long way. Happy to see it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. And the Spurs making a change here. Green's checked in to the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by Thompson. And here's Rose. An 11-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
The defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
Now here's Parker following the miss by Derrick Rose. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Shumpert. Screened by Parker. Shumpert against Green. And Vince Carter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now Parker, quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
He sunk that three in the first, but yet to make another one.
Thompson, a screen on Green. The kick out to Rose. Carter outside. Back to Thompson. Gasol with the steal. Green inside the three-point line. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Now here's Rose. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. San Antonio leading. Here's Parker. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
When you're trying to space the floor, Green's the guy you want out there. The defense is forced to respect him from range.
Rose against Parker. Thompson sets the pick for Rose. Over Parker, and the basket by Rose.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between three-point shots and two-point shots for San Antonio.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts, so you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Thomas checked in for Iman Shumpert and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here. So Leonard will go to the free throw line. Vince Carter picks one up. And the Spurs got Kawhi Leonard to be the next Bruce Bowen. But from his rookie season, I think Pop realized, Brent, he could be the face of the franchise.
Well, it's amazing that they had talked with that kind of regard for Kawhi Leonard after making the draft day trade and sending away George Hill. They felt like Kawhi Leonard could make that kind of progression. Now, I would also tell you that they had no idea he would become one of the more devastating players on the offensive end of the floor. But the work ethic was there, the size was there, and the fruits of the labor are paying off.
San Antonio leading by 5. Parker kicks to Green. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
To the inside. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Thomas kicks to Thompson. Thomas's shot is off. Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 13-4 run. Shot from 16. Here's Gasol, and the layup is good. And now a 9-point Spurs lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Thompson sets the pick for Green. Thompson outside. Feeds it to Thomas. Pass to Rose. Fires from deep. A rebound by the Spurs. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, we'll find out. Such talent on the floor tonight on each side of the matchup. There's some conference pride at stake, too. Both teams being among the cream of the crop in the East and the West.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Parker. And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level.
So, Brent, you averaged 21 points a game your senior year in college. What adjustments did you have to make to really score at the NBA level?
Well, I didn't have to ask for the ball much in college. But my first year in the pros, Kevin, I had to do that. I said, I'm open over here. You know, really it was just a matter of being comfortable within the system. And then there's always that proving ground, Kevin. The first 6 months as a rookie or a first-year player that's getting ample time. You just want to prove that you're capable of handling your business in the league, and that all happened for me in my rookie year with the Los Angeles Clippers.
Here is Love, following the basket by Chris Bosh. Love dishes to Carter. Leonard with the steal. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
And Kawhi Leonard, just the second perimeter player in league history to win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards.
He joined, of course, the great Milwaukee Buck, Sidney Moncrief, in doing that, and it's an award that we know usually goes to a big man who's down there protecting the rim and shoring up any defense. Kawhi Leonard does it everywhere on the floor, and it's amazing to watch opposing offenses try to strategize against where it is Kawhi Leonard might be defensively.
Now here's James. 8 points for him. Dishes it to Thomas. There's Rose with the 3. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Now we get a chance to check out LeBron James. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. First in field goal percentage, 10th in scoring, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And you're right, he's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. And that one's good by Bosh.
That's just a sensational play by Chris Bosh to take the contact and still finish.
LeBron left side. From deep. Rose can't get that one to fall.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through. Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Here's Thomas. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Over Parker. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 13. Good bucket there from Isaiah Thomas.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Here's Leonard. Good D by Thompson.
Now the defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Kevin Love, such a versatile offensive player who can pass, who can shoot with range. I like him looking to score inside to get himself going, and that's the way that the offense has tended to go. First quarter seems to belong to Kevin Love.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Mills in for Parker. Crowder, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Dwayne Wade comes in for Derrick Rose. And here is Thomas, following the 3 from Rudy Gay. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas. And you can't prevent Kevin Love with smaller players. He can take him down on the block.
Well, he can back them up a little bit, Kevin. Then go to either hand. Use the right, use the left, and shoot the jump hook over the top. And then sometimes if he slows himself down, has a great pump fake to draw in the contact.
Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Danny Green. Now here's Gay. His last outing with 20 points. Misses off the left iron. Thomas with the ball. It's a pick by Love. To the middle. Kicks it out to LeBron. Wallace with it. Picked up by Aldridge. In the corner, Crowder with it. On the clock. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Spurs leading by 14. Aldridge with a screen on Thomas. Mills passes to Aldridge. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Marcus Aldridge at the line for 2.
And he makes the first.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Both free throws good from Aldridge.
Second player taken in the 2006 NBA draft, Aldridge has been an all-star multiple times and one of the game's most prolific scorers over the past decade.
Crowder kicks to Love. And it goes down 2 points. Love's got 6 points.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for San Antonio. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the key to having such a strong first half?
We played good D.
That was 4 words. Thanks, Pop. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
We come back to San Antonio now with a look at the world-famous Riverwalk with its restaurants and boats and nightclubs and people. Lots going on. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
So many times we talk about offensive players being in a great rhythm. Well, right now, defensively, he's in one. Great anticipation and reading those passing lanes.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Spurs leading by 14. Filling out the wings, it's Green and Leonard. Chris Bosh is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Parker in at the point guard position. That's the San Antonio 5. Now, here's Leonard. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Leonard's got the first bucket of the third here for San Antonio. James kicks to Love. Thomas against Parker. Thompson, a screen on Parker. Here's Thomas. Here's Thompson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Thompson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Thompson shoots such a high percentage on the inside. Most of his shots coming around the rim.
San Antonio's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the three ball well. To the paint. Gasol dishes to Bosh. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Bosh has got 6 points.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
Here's LeBron.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Basket's good.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism. And Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, flaring off picks, you want the ball in his hands.
Now here's Parker. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And that one's good. Leonard.
Man, when Leonard gets this kind of scoring rhythm going, very few defenders have the strength and athleticism to slow him down, unless he could guard himself.
Green against Rose. Thompson, a screen on Green. LeBron outside. Out to the wing. And here's Love from the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 9.
Man, sharp here to start the half. That's 3 in a row.
Bosh, the screen. For the 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
Were those guys back on defense? I didn't see them. Somehow someone missed an assignment. Luckily, he bricked the mid-range.
Thomas passes to James. And that one comes up a bit short.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Bosch, the screen. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Spurs passing it around. Bosch, a screen on Thomas. Just 3 to shoot. And that one's good. Parker.
And when you give Parker room to work his magic down inside, he knows how to finish with style.
Thompson, a screen on Leonard. The screen from Thompson. The drive by James. Thompson dishes to Rose. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Jeff Green is checked in for the Cavaliers. Shumpert comes in for Isaiah Thomas. Obviously some terrific on-ball defenders out there, but Brent, in your estimation, who are some of the best help defenders in the NBA now?
A couple guys come to mind, Kevin, when you say help and they're actually there. Jay Crowder does a good job of recognizing, when the strong side gets broken down and he can come over and help. Certainly, Draymond Green does a great job of guarding just about anything for the Golden State Warriors. And then maybe you think about some big guys in the league. Timofey Mozgov in the right position most of the time. Hassan Whiteside for Miami. So they come in all shapes and sizes, Kev. The biggest thing they contribute is their communication skills on the backside.
LeBron kicks to Green. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Green's got it back down to within single digits for the Cavs. Outside Bosch. It's stolen by Green. Shumpert against Green. And Shumpert kicks to Rose. Looking to get back on track here. Here's Love. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Kevin Love has been in the league long enough to understand that down low, contact happens.
Vince Carter, he's checked in for Iman Shumpert.
Back in 2008, Kevin Love was drafted with the 5th pick by Memphis and then traded to Minnesota, and he became the Timberwolves star player in a hurry. But they couldn't surround him with the kind of talent necessary to make it out of the lottery in the Western Conference.
Now, here's Parker. With the floater, he lays it in. Parker's got his second basket of the night.
Ah, the soft odor from Parker is truly a wonderful thing to behold.
Leonard against James. To the inside. Gasol with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Green with the ball. And that's collected by Love. Love's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And despite his production, Love's impact was questioned in Minnesota, even at times, Brent, by the Wolves front office.
The idea in Minnesota is they didn't want to commit to the full 5-year max and had Ricky Rubio at the time as the franchise player. And even the whispers after the trade of Kevin Love, we heard a lot of things that might have been unflattering, most of which I don't think were necessarily true. In the end, the trade worked out for both teams. Wiggins got to Minnesota, the Cavs got a star in Kevin Love, and then ended up with a title.
Timeout called, Cleveland. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Chris Bosh. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Wade on the wing. Down low. Here's Love. Second shot opportunity. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Now, here's Wade. Manu Ginobili unable to get his shot to go. Wade kicks to James. From deep, Rose. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one.
LBJ terrific when it comes to moving the ball. He has a strong sense for when his teammates are open and then when to deliver.
Now here's Ginobili. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. The timely screen gave him a step and he took it all the way. Here is Rose. That's a pick by Love. Outside Rose. Over Gay. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from LeBron. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Mills passes to Leonard. Shoots over Crowder. Again, Leonard missing. Cleveland's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. LeBron kicks to Love. Over in the corner, Rose. Pass to LeBron. There's the feed to Crowder. And the shot is good. Crowder's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, LeBron James with spectacular vision. His court awareness is something he came into the league with and is off the charts.
It's Aldridge penetrating. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Cleveland gets called for the foul. LaMarcus Aldridge standing 6'11", tall for the power forward position.
He's got the size advantage on most defenders and a devastating ability to shoot a turnaround jumper, especially over the left shoulder from the mid-range. So a great and capable scorer.
The Spurs making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. LeBron kicks to Rose. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got assist number 5 here tonight.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Now here's Ginobili. The dish to Gay. Outside Aldridge. Kicks it to Ginobili. 5 on the clock. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Ginobili. The pass to Mills. Anderson. Great positioning on the putback. Anderson's got his first basket.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Now here is Aldridge. He's got 6, and the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him. Smith checked in for Cleveland. Wade against Ginobili. He dishes it to Mills. Aldridge with a screen on Rose. Pocket 2. And Aldridge slams it in.
Effective and fundamental basketball there. That's Aldridge. Sets the solid screen to free up his teammate.
outside Rose. Rebound San Antonio. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Outside Rose. 1:52 left in the third quarter. Love can't hit. San Antonio's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. He feeds it to Anderson. Anderson the screen. Ginobili dishes to Anderson. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. And it's a 9-point Spurs lead.
Anderson's inside game reminiscent of an old teammate of his, Boris Diaw, patient in the post around the rim.
To the middle. It's deflected. Stolen by Gay. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Rose. Anderson passes to Mills. Spurs working the ball around now. Gay outside. Aldridge a screen. The 3. The Cavaliers pull it in. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Passes to Rose. There's a screen. Smith kicks to Rose. Feeds it to Crowder. Sinks the three-pointer. Crowder's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Pass to Aldridge. Ball's knocked loose, and Mills kicks to Ginobili. Good on the three-point shot. Ginobili's got 5 now.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
It's a pick by Love. And it's Rose penetrating, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. Six seconds left here in the third quarter.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for San Antonio. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Activity, activity. We've had some great shots and they're not dropping. That's okay. They're going to go in or they're not.
They wanted to keep the energy level high. I can understand that. Greg Popovich not worried about the missed shots.
As long as guys are giving it their all, coach feels they're doing what's in their control to be successful.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, we've got Jay Crowder, D-Wade out there with Thomas. Then it's Thompson, and it's Smith in at the small forward. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Tristan not worrying in the least about the defense that time, just powering through.
And Brent, when you watch Tristan Thompson pursue offensive rebounds, he's constantly battling for position inside.
Well, he toes the line a lot with what he can get away with, but more and more the experience on the court and who it is that he's playing against does a great job of predicting where shots are coming off, finding angles on the inside, and being in great position to make easy scores. And Tristan Thompson, more of a center's game in a 6'9" frame, especially with the way small ball has gone. He has the ability to hold his own down on the inside. That combination of long arms, strength, the quick jumping, and the willpower to dominate, that's put Tristan Thompson on the map.
And here is Thomas following the three from Rudy Gay. Wade left side. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Gay. Offline with the baseline jumper. And for Thompson, the downside to playing him at center is he is not a big-time shot blocker.
Well, he does have good mobility in the pick and roll, Kevin, and he covers the smaller men on the switches. But you're right, as soon as you get around the rim, sometimes Tristan Thompson is not able to get vertical and challenge some shots out there.
Now, here's Wade. Manu Ginobili able to get his shot to go. Wade, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can.
And you look at all the accomplishments, all the great moments from Wade's career. No doubt he is going to the Hall as soon as he's eligible. One of the greatest two guards to ever play.
And it's shocking when you look at the numbers that Wade has had over the years. He never won an MVP award. Certainly, Greg played like an MVP in some of his seasons.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D. Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all-defense, the all-NBA teams. But most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
Bosh with the bucket.
And that's just sweet string music from Chris Bosh.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. Outside Thomas. Back to Crowder. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Now Gasol is checked in for San Antonio. San Antonio leading by 10. Outside, Green. He kicks to Bosh. Gasol a screen. And it's Bosh, that time on the assist by Green. 10 points for Chris Bosh.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Wade left side. The screen from Thompson. Here's Smith. And he banks in the layup.
Well, JR going to the rim, showing that he's still got a burst of speed.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Good looking screen by Gasol. Parker kicks to Gasol. And that one drops for him.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Thompson, a screen on Parker. Thomas dishes to Crowder. They get it again, and Thompson kicks to Crowder. Thomas goes in, the kick out to Crowder, and oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back, and it's Green with the jam.
Well, not a road runner with his speed, but Green really has an understanding of how to execute and get wide on the break.
Thomas kicks to Crowder. Gasol with the steal. Gay in the corner. Launches a 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. Thompson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Dishes it to Thomas. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Banked in off the glass.
When the guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage.
Parker outside, right wing. Here's Bosh, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Rudy Gay. And a switch here also for Cleveland. James is checked in. Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal. Due in no small part to the leadership. Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these 2 great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or 2 hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, that approachability, I think, far and away sets those 2 gentlemen aside.
Well, last season, LeBron very outspoken, saying the Cavs were too top-heavy. The Irving trade has brought them some much-needed depth. And you talk about the depth for the Cavs. Crucial when facing a team like the Golden State Warriors. if everything comes together, I think there's a chance their trade with Boston might give them a better shot at winning it all.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. And so here's Cleveland, trailing by 17. The drive by LeBron.
Pau Gasol, such a capable defender, especially in terms of his body positioning. That time getting the hand in the face of his man. Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it.
Smith, no good. Here are the Spurs with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Parker against Thomas. Parker kicks to Gasol. Outside Leonard. Clock at 4. Wash inside. Defended by Crowder. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Cavaliers trail by 17. Thompson, a screen on Parker. Now, here's Thomas. Pass to Thompson. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 3 assists in the game.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Now, here's Parker. Outside Leonard. And there's the feed to Gasol. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the Cavs trade for Isaiah Thomas reunites 2 former teammates. He and Kevin Love actually played a little AAU ball together, both of them growing up in the Pacific Northwest.
And Pau Gasol still remains an offensive threat for this basketball team, expanding his range over time and still has that nice soft jumper.
Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Now here's James. And then jammed down as he goes right over Pau Gasol.
Power personified right there in number 23, LeBron James. Wow.
And back in high school, Isaiah Thomas used to ride the train down to Portland and stay the weekend at the Love's family house. For those two teaming up once again at this level, that's pretty surreal.
And Cleveland making a change here. Rose is checked in.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Now here's Parker. Bosh, the screen. Parker kicks to Leonard. The dish to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Cavaliers trail by 12. Leonard with the steal. Outside, Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Now here's Thompson following the miss by Derrick Rose. And here is James. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. James has got 13 points in the second half.
Nothing they can do there. LeBron's such a force. Gets that shot up pretty quick that time.
And Leonard gets it to go. And the Spurs lead by 12.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's James. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
LeBron, such a good job at reading where the ball was coming off that time. And nobody wanting any piece of him down there.
And with these new player tracking cameras, you see some very interesting numbers. The Spurs, one of the lowest teams in terms of pace and fast break points. And yet, they're one of the top teams, Brent, in average speed and distance travel. How do you explain that?
Well, what they do, Kevin, is every time down the court, they set up their offense and they run through their options. And that could be very frustrating for anybody who's trying to defend it. They're waiting within a 24-second shot clock to have 1 or 2 defenders relax, get lazy.
saw that.
Just wonder how the confidence of the team gets established when LeBron James gets off to a start like this.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Bosh, the screen. Leonard kicks to Parker. Outside Leonard. Leonard draws the double. 5 to shoot. Gasol, a screen on Thomas. Parker's shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Lets the 3 fly. James misses.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
Parker against Thomas. And that one's good. Parker.
And the defense making its presence felt, but Parker just too creative when he gets down low.
And the Cavaliers call time here. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss, and they have no idea how to contain him.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. And we'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
Over in the corner, Green. Kicks it to Parker. Bosh against Love. Here's Gasol. There's the pass to Leonard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
And the commitment to seizing every scoring opportunity, Leonard outworking and out-hustling people inside.
Thomas, no luck. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Here's Gasol, and it's good in the assist by Parker. And that's now 11 points for Pau Gasol.
Gasol doing a great job, Kevin, working down low in the phone booth and just finding enough room to get that one to go.
The drive. Oh!
No way.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Spurs leading by 14. Bosh, the screen. Parker against Thomas. Parker kicks to Leonard. Bosh, a screen on LeBron. Parker with no one around. Offline with his 3. The Cavaliers trail by 14. Love the pass to Rose. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And it's really all about the evolution of Derrick Rose, finding out how to be more effective at this stage of his career. And, you know, I think he's done a good job of not relying on his outside shot as much. Still can attack and get to the rim, and it's starting to lead to better results. He needed to convert on all of those. Missed opportunities at the line are the last thing they need right now. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Spurs.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Kawhi Leonard.
Just active on defense, little things like clawing and scrapping and tipping passes and contesting shots. Came up with a lot of steals.
To the middle, off the screen, and it's Thompson with the jam.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
It's a shame because this is the team we expected to see fighting on every possession. I think it's just too late.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Now James. Thomas, a screen on Leonard. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.